A very good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. here in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, and you are just in time for The Ambassador with me, Ambassador Susan Nganga. Remember, this is where we debunk global diplomacy and geopolitics. To our first story that has made headlines across the country. Kenya has launched a historic rhino translocation initiative, moving 21 critically endangered black rhinos to Segera Conservancy in Laikipia County, led by Kenya Wildlife Service and the Zaitz Foundation, and witnessed by top government and conservational leaders. The move aims to ease pressure on overcrowded sanctuaries and expand safe habitats as part of a bold plan to secure the species' future. Here's more on that report.
In the heart of Laikipia's sweeping savanna, a bold chapter in wildlife conservation is unfolding. Here, under the watchful eyes of rangers, scientists and leaders, a convoy of hope carries 21 critically endangered black rhinos toward a new beginning. This is no ordinary relocation. It is the heartbeat of a national mission to secure space, save species, and reshape the future of the conservation in the country. From tranquilizer darts to GPS collars, helicopters to community handshakes, every detail signals a turning point where science, strategy, and shared vision converge to give these iconic animals a fighting chance.
It's also an opportunity for this historical day for us as Laikipia people. We are very grateful for this event today of getting Segera having the black rhino that has been restored back again. And I want to take this opportunity to encourage even the other conservancies that are within Laikipia County where, on how we can be able to strategize together and work together and establish rhino knowledge so that Laikipia should be known on rhino as a conservation.
Kenya Wildlife Service, in partnership with the Zaitz Foundation, has launched this landmark translocation, marking a pivotal step towards Kenya's broader vision to create one of the world's largest interconnected rhino landscapes.
On behalf of Segera Conservancy and the Zaitz Foundation, I want to say thank you very much. We're extremely excited to be here today. This, for me personally, has been a 22-year journey to come to this occasion and welcome the rhinos back where they originally came from in Laikipia on Segera soil.
The 50,000-acre Segera Conservancy will serve as a pivotal new habitat for the species, relieving pressure from overcrowded sanctuaries such as Ol Pejeta, Lewa, and Lake Nakuru. The rhinos selected for this initiative represent a genetically diverse group of 11 females and 10 males, forming a strong foundation for future breeding under improved ecological conditions. This initiative is aligned with Kenya's National Black Rhino Action Plan, which targets a population of 2,000 individuals by 2037.
We have walked a journey with the management of Segera to reintroduce back the black rhinos, a journey of more than 4 years, and today we have successfully been able to land here with two very healthy black rhinos that are male.
Presiding over the launch was Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Honorable Rebecca Miano, who emphasized the national commitment to species recovery and habitat expansion. Also in attendance were Professor Erastus Kanga, Director General of the Kenya Wildlife Service, and Lieutenant General retired Walter Raria Koipatan, Chairman of the Kenya Wildlife Service Board of Trustees, both of whom underscored the scientific and operational precision behind the exercise and its alignment with Kenya's conservation strategy.
The translocation of 21 black rhinos to Segera Conservancy is way beyond a conservation milestone. It is a bold affirmation of Kenya's enduring commitment to securing a future of one of the world's most iconic yet critically endangered species. For the record, Kenya is home to 80% of Africa's eastern black rhino population.
The Segera rhino translocation represents a turning point in Kenya's conservation approach, one that blends science, security, and inclusive development, with strong leadership from national agencies, support from global conservation partners, and grassroots involvement. This initiative sets a global benchmark for endangered species recovery and habitat connectivity. Beatrice Wangoi, GBS News.
Thank you, Beatrice, for that stellar report. Now, moving forward, African military leaders have gathered in Nairobi for a pivotal summit, the 2025 African Chief of Defense Conference. This significant event, led by the U.S. Africa Command, or AFRICOM, and co-hosted with the Kenya Defense Forces, aims to bolster collaboration and address the continent's pressing security challenges. Here's more on that report. African military chiefs have converged in Nairobi for the 2025 African Chief of Defense Conference, a key summit led by U.S. African Command, or AFRICOM, and co-hosted with the Kenyan Defense Forces. This annual gathering is one of the continent's leading platforms for military leaders to come together, exchange ideas, and tackle the most pressing security challenges facing Africa today. The main goal, strengthening partnership between African militaries and AFRICOM, with a focus on boosting regional security and fostering long-term stability across the continent. High-level officials, including Major General Joel Tyler Hammond, have been engaging directly with participants and the media, highlighting the importance of dialogue in today's complex security landscape. This year's summit couldn't be more timely. Many African nations are grappling with a combination of political unrest, economic struggles, and ongoing humanitarian crises. These challenges not only affect the continent's stability, but also carry implications for global security and open the door for increased interest and influence from U.S. competitors. Key topics on the table include emerging technologies, professional military education, and importance of civil-military cooperation. Former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila is back in the country for the first time in 2 years, having arrived in the rebel-held eastern city of Goma. Spokesperson for the rebels as well as a youth leader from his party have said Kabila's arrival comes after senators stripped him of his immunity over alleged support for the Rwanda-backed M23 rebel group, which has been fighting the Congolese army, as Davis Karani now reports.
The Democratic Republic of Congo's former President Joseph Kabila, who has previously denied links with the rebel group, recently decried the justice system, alleging it was exploited for political ends. The 53-year-old led DR Congo for 18 years after succeeding his father Laurent Kabila, who was shot dead in 2001.
Le cœur serré.
It's with a heavy heart that I see, 6 years after I stepped down as president, that the heritage of unity that was bestowed onto our people has been completely destroyed by the very person who was supposed to protect it. The country has become lawless. The republic has stopped being democratic, and the word of the president has now become law.
He handed over power to President Felix Tshisekedi in 2019, but they later fell out. The youth leader for Kabila's People's Party for the Reconstruction and Democracy, also abbreviated as PPRD, confirmed earlier reports from the M23 that Kabila had arrived in Goma.
We don't know whether Kabila's arrival will change anything, especially because nothing had changed when he was president. His arrival doesn't mean we can expect change now, even though he served as president.
Alitumika miaka 18 katika
He has been president for 18 years and we have seen few results, some of them positive and other negative. For that, I welcome him for the development of the country.
Karibu kwake kwa mabadiliko ya mji. Kama alifika mahali kwenye huko vita,
if he has come to a place where there is fighting, maybe he has come to unite with us, the children of Goma, who live in the middle of the war. We have suffered too much because of the war. Maybe his presence can change things and put an end to the conflict.
Fighting between Congolese army and the M23 first broke out in 2012 and ended in a peace deal the following year. But in 2021, the group took up arms again, saying the promise made in the deal had been broken.
What Rwanda is doing is collusion with France, Belgium, the United States of America, and others. Congolese people are tired. How many times do we have to die?
Let the people of Goma be calm. Peace is here. We are a people's army. We will watch over their security. We will bring peace. No harassment. We do not steal. We do not rape.
Since the beginning of this year, the M23 has made major advances in the mineral-rich East, including taking Goma in January.
Le peuple congolais ne cédera ni à la résignation.
The Congolese people will not cede to this injustice. We will continue to defend our rights, protect our territory, and demand respect and sovereignty.
The conflict has led to the war in Congo. Davis Karani for GBS.
The ambassador will take a short break. We'll be right back with even more.
My name is Tracy Otonde. I'm Miss County Nairobi and I'm also Miss Embakasi East. Modeling is an art by virtue of the model and by virtue of the designers. That's if we look at modeling in terms of pageantry, you're showcasing yourself. You yourself is a work of art. You're a work of art and you're showcasing everything that's in you and within you. And by virtue of the designer is because you keep showcasing the attires that they are made for you, and you have to look the part for you to be able to showcase what the designer was picturing. So yeah, modeling is an art.
Is love enough? Let me just ask that question first before we dive in.
No. In marriage is more than love. It's there is love, there is trust, there is respect.
What is the definition of love in the context of marriage?
Love, to me, is one of the cornerstones of the marriage. And for the marriage to work, you demand effort, total commitment, and shared vision.
Like, you can't tell your wife, come and sit on my laps.
How hard is it for him to tell me, come and sit on my lap?
Can your mom do that?
Welcome to
Fun
Dance Class. Today we will continue learning about Jingle Bell Rock. Friends, first you cross your arm and put it on top of your head, and as you go in left side, you open it, then you come back to your place.
And then you make your leg 90 degrees, and then as you put your legs until 90 degrees, you need to jump a bit. 1, 2. Then as you jump a bit, you need to stretch your hands downwards.
Everywhere, GBS.
Thousands of protesters have taken to the streets in northwestern Pakistan demanding justice after a drone strike on May 19 killed 4 children and injured at least 5 others in a village. The attack, which targeted a civilian home, has sparked outrage across the region, with grieving families refusing to bury the victims until authorities reveal who was responsible. Here are the details.
Protests have erupted in northwestern Pakistan following a drone strike on May 19 that killed 4 children and injured 5 others in Hamas village, Ma'ali Tehsil, North Waziristan. This attack has led to widespread outrage and demands for accountability.
We want to tell the establishment and the army that the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party and its supporters will not allow drone attacks or any military operation against its own people.
The drone attacks have started again. Who's carrying out these attacks? The government must know and ensure that this does not continue. Our children, women and elders are being killed by these drone strikes.
The incident has highlighted ongoing tensions between local communities and security forces, raising questions about transparency in military operations and accountability for civilian casualties. As protests continue and pressure mounts on the authorities, the community remains steadfast in its demand for justice and a thorough investigation into the deadly drone strike. Beatrice Wangoi, The Ambassador News.
Hamas has agreed to a proposal by the United States Special Envoy Steve Witkoff for Gaza's ceasefire, only for an Israeli official to deny that proposal was Washington's and add that no Israeli government could accept it. Witkoff also rejected the notion that Hamas had accepted his offer for a hostage deal and a ceasefire in Gaza, saying that he had seen was, and I quote, completely unacceptable, and the proposal being discussed was not the same as his.
מבקשי נפשנו, נשיב את כל חטופינו, נוודא שעזה לא תהווה איום על ישראל. המשימה הזאת, כולל המשימה של השבת חטופינו, היא מלווה אותנו יום-יום, היא מעסיקה אותנו לילה-לילה, כולל בלילה הזה, ואנחנו לא מרפים ממנה. ואם לא נשיג אותה היום, אמרתי שנשיג אותה מחר, ואם לא נשיג אותה מחר, נשיג אותה מחרתיים. אנחנו לא מרפים מזה, ויש קשיים. החמאס עיקש, הוא סרבן, כך אמר גם הנציג האמריקני הערב, וויטקוף, זה נכון. אנחנו לא מרפים מהמשימה. אנחנו החזרנו עד היום 148 חטופים חיים, ויש עוד 20 בוודאות שהם חיים, ויש גם אחרים שאינם בחיים, ואנחנו מתכוונים להחזיר את כולם, החיים והחללים כאחד.
On developing news from the royal family, King Charles III of England arrived in Ottawa, Canada, yesterday for a 2-day historic diplomatic visit. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney received him alongside the Queen as they arrived at the airport in pomp and color, symbolizing royalty. The King met and greeted a jubilant crowd of Canadian citizens. King Charles III is expected to attend the 45th session of the Canadian House, where he will deliver a historic speech as the throne.
Was saluted. Cool wind breezing by as the King and Queen of England landed at the airport in Ottawa, capital city of Canada, for a 2-day historic visit. Charles III and Queen Camilla were treated to a red carpet welcome to symbolize royalty, as the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney received them.
Thank you so much. They do.
King mingled with the ecstatic crowd of Canadian citizens who showcased various Canadian traditions. Indeed, dignity met tradition as Canadians met the King. Then the British.
We apologize for that technical hitch. Now, moving forward, what should have been a day of celebration for Liverpool turned into a scene of chaos and heartbreak as thousands of fans filled the streets to mark their team's Premier League triumph. A vehicle suddenly plowed into the crowd, injuring dozens, including several children. The driver, a 53-year-old man from the area, was arrested at the scene. Police say he acted alone and that this is not being treated as a terrorist incident. Here's more on that report.
A 53-year-old local man drove his vehicle into a crowd of football fans celebrating Liverpool's FC Premier League victory, injuring 27 people, including 4 children. Police confirmed he acted alone and the incident is not being treated as terrorism.
We believe this to be an isolated incident and we are not currently looking for anyone else in relation to it.
While 20 people were treated at the scene for minor injuries, others were rushed to hospital, with 1 child and 1 adult now in serious condition.
Sadly, 4 of the injured were children who were enjoying the day with their friends and their families. We can confirm that our teams treated 20 patients at the scene for minor injuries, and these did not need hospital treatment. 27 patients in total were taken to hospital by ambulance.
The incident unfolded just 4 hours after thousands of fans lined the rainy streets to celebrate the club's long-awaited title parade. Liverpool FC expressed their support on social media, saying their thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected. The club's first open-top celebration since winning the title during COVID-19 lockdown was meant to be a moment of pride, but now overshadowed by tragedy. Elvin Muyodi, GBS Sports.
And that's all for today with me, Ambassador Susan Nganga, on The Ambassador 1 p.m. Follow all of our stories at GBS TV Africa. It's updated throughout the day. We meet Azwidi Bank, Global Diplomacy and Geopolitics. I have been Ambassador Susan Nganga. Have a good afternoon.